All right, my beautiful people, thanks so much for tuning back in here on our financial book club. We are going through the book How Rich People Think by Steve Siebold. Steve, I'm coming from my check. This is ERGJ with ERGJ Enterprises. Of course, if you are looking for some other good reads, you can check us out at www.ergj.net in our recommended read section. That's where we try to update you on some good books to reprogram the way that you think about money. And so that's the deal, guys. It's what you put in, that's going to have an input on what comes out, man. So garbage in, garbage out. And what we're doing is we're starting to put some useful resources into our membrane so that we can have a different results in our life. So if you're looking to change your output, you're looking to change your revenue, you're looking to change your profit, you're looking to change your income, you must begin to change your inside first. And so wealth truly does begin in the mind. You must be wealthy in your mind long before you're wealthy in your wallet. So going through the book, How Rich People Think by Steve Siebold, we're on day number 89. Got 11 more days to go until we are complete. So I know that you don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time. It's day number 89. Let's get it. The middle class teaches their kids about money by example. The world class does the same thing. The middle class teaches their kids about money by example. The world class does the same thing. Now, every parent that knows that the best way to teach your kids is by example. Kids who grow up with working poor parents struggling to stay in the middle class tend to believe this is the way it's supposed to be. Money is supposed to be tough. Money is supposed to be tough to earn and harder to keep. After all, they come to believe this is the way of life. They see their parents as smart people who are still broke, and they eventually conclude that this is how their life will end up. The great ones get successful and set an example for their kids. Children of self-made millionaires develop a world-class belief system about money because they watch their parents earning big dollars. No one can convince them that it's impossible to be rich because their parents have shown them the way. Even parents who have failed to achieve their financial dreams can set an example by continuing to try and teaching their kids about failure and success. Continuing to try. Why don't you put that in the comments below, man? Because really, at the end of the day, we must be a people that's continuing to try, continue to press forward, continuing to push the envelope. Even with all the middle class social influence raining down on kids every day, parents have an unparalleled level of power with their children that can override years of fear and scarcity programming. Think of things your parents said to you years ago, both good and bad, that you still remember today. That's the power parents possess. The problem is most of the things children remember were said unconsciously by their parents, without much thought of the long-term impact. World-class parents know they are the primary creators of their kids' belief system, and they consciously and carefully craft every belief they pass on, especially when it comes to something as important as money. World-class parents know they are the primary creators of their kids' belief systems, and they consciously and carefully craft every belief they pass on, especially when it comes to something as important as money. They know that they make or break their kids' financial future with a few major beliefs that alter the course of their lives. Their actions and results solidify these world-class beliefs long enough until the child is old enough to act on them. Their actions and results solidify these world-class beliefs long enough until the child is old enough to act on them. Now, I think there's a passage in the Bible that says, "Train a child in the way in which he shall go, and he will not depart from it." So, what are you teaching your kids about money? What example are you leading your kids about money? Again, you want to write that in the comments below. Consciously and carefully, you want to be conscious about the message that you're passing along, and you want to be careful about the message that you're passing along, especially for something as important as money. Hey, Nikhil, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. So again, the reason why I like this book is not because we have a passage or something to read for today, but it also gives us a quote of the day, a critical thinking question of the day, and action steps. Here's a quote of the day from Richard Branson. And Richard Branson is the multi-millionaire who earns Virgin Airlines, Virgin Post, all that Virgin stuff. He says, money is for making things happen. Very simple. Money is for making things happen. What are you making happen with your money? Here's your critical thinking question today. The thing you want to think about as it relates to what we talked about today. Here's your question. What kind of example are you setting for your kids as it relates to getting rich? What kind of example are you setting for your kids as it relates to getting rich? And then here's your action step of the day. Here's what you want to do with what we've talked about today. You want to make a decision to stake your claim for wealth if you haven't already, and include your kids in the battle. Let them get a feel for the discipline and sacrifice it takes to build a financial fortune. So in the comments below, I want you to write discipline and sacrifice. That's right, discipline and sacrifice. You want to make a decision today to stake your claim for wealth if you have not already. You want to stake your claim. You know, many of you guys may use affirmations or something like that. Like, this is the day that I'm saying enough is enough. I'm going for the gusto. We are going to be wealthy. At some point, you know, you got to make that claim. And that's kind of hard to do. Again, I travel to so many different, communities where talking about wealth is frowned upon because of what we think. We just think it's not possible. We think we can't do it. You know, we see so many stories of people that have gotten somewhere from nowhere, but for some reason we don't know. We don't think it's possible for us. And that's one of the messages. This is one of my titles, my keynote speeches, that it's possible. Not only is it possible, it's possible for me. Again, not only is it possible, you know, because we know it's possible, but it's possible for me. And I think that if you can say that it's possible for me. It's possible for me to be wealthy. It's possible for me to be rich. Not just it's possible, but it's possible for me. So you want to make that claim, and then you want to include your kids in the battle. See, the people that I help and I coach, they have included their kids in the process. So that's why when I tell you guys that I teach people about investing, not only do I teach the adults, I teach the kids, because I'm trying to change the conversation at the kitchen table for the family, so that if the kids are involved in the process, they take ownership of that process, right? Now you want to get you want to let them get a feel for discipline and sacrifice it takes to build a financial fortune. So here's the reason why let me say this the right way. The tortoise beats the hare every time. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And so many of us, we think we can sprint our way to a financial fortune. In other words, what we're doing is we're taking our money, wasting it by buying lottery tickets and things like this that have proven themselves to be odds against us. But we'll rather believe in those odds, which are 1 in a trillion, than to actually believe in ourselves to be able to come up with a product or service that's going to actually solve problems for enough people. So the key to getting wealthy, it's really easy. You want to serve more people and solve more problems. That's it. It's 2 things. That's all you got to think about. How many people can I serve? How many solutions can I bring to some problem? See, the issue is many of us focus on the problem, but it's the people that's focusing on the solution that the people that have the problem that they pay. Think about it. You have something go on in your house, the dishwasher breaks or whatever. You know, that's a problem. You're going to pay somebody to bring the solution. And that's with anything in life. You're hungry, guess what? That's a problem. You're going to pay somebody, more than likely. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go somewhere to buy some food, right? But there's some people who say, you know, hunger is a problem. I'm not going to pay nobody. I'm just going to cook. See what I'm saying? So you got to serve more people, solve more problems. That is how you work on building wealth. You know what I mean? Like, organically, you're solving a problem for enough people, and enough people are paying you for that solution. This is something that, you know, we need to pass down to our children. Like, all right, you know, with this skill that you have, what problem are you solving? Or how many people are you able to service with the skill that you have? But at any rate, that's that, man. That's day 89. You know, again, middle class teaches their kids about money by example, and world class people, they do the same thing. The question is, are we teaching them a poor example, to have a poor mindset, to always think that they always got to be poor and there's no way out of wherever they are, out of this condition? Or are we beginning to change our mind to believe that it's possible for me to be wealthy, and we're passing along wealthy habits to our kids? Simple things like getting to work on time is a wealthy habit. You know what I mean? Because if you can get to work on time for somebody else, hopefully when you start to do your own thing, you can go to work on time. Me being here every day, every morning at the same time, that's a habit that I got to establish to serve you, right? And if I do that enough, I'll be serving enough people. That's just one habit. But are we passing along wealthy habits as well, right? Are we passing along your positive attitude? You know what I'm saying? All this stuff, man. We're gonna get into habits. That's gonna be the next thing we get into is wealthy habits. That's gonna be coming up when we get through this 100 days. So at any rate, I'm ERGJ, your certified financial educator. Of course, you can go to www.ergj.net for the recommended read section and also for upcoming classes and events. Got a lot of stuff coming down the pike. I'll be working on a whole bunch of stuff today. This is the book, How Rich People Think by Steve Siebold. You can actually get the book through us at www.ergj.net. This is day number 89. We're complete. And I want you to remember this. Wealth truly does begin in the mind. You must be wealthy in your mind long before you're wealthy in your wallet.